Ó, hallanak engem? Oké. Látni a képernyőmet? Uh-huh. Oké. Látni és hallani is. Tökéletes. All right. So it will be an English presentation, actually. So thank you very much for the confirmation from the organizers. My name is Csaba Szende. I'm heading up the Business Service Center Europe for Trivium Packaging. And it's a great honor that I can be here with you today and present our company and also talk a little bit about our Business Service Center and what we are offering in Budapest as a newly established Business Service Center among many players in the country and in the capital. So let's start and let's begin to talk a little bit about Trivium Packaging. Trivium Packaging is actually a global leader in metal packaging industry, and it's a business-to-business, so-called B2B player in the market. Hence, the customers and the consumers, what I will show to you a little bit later, will explain that how you can, let's say, meet with certain products of Trivium Packaging in a day-to-day life. And actually who we are, we're truly global. Our revenue on a yearly basis, around 3 billion USD. That's a global figure. We're having presence in more than 60 locations, 20 plus countries, many customers, and around 8,000 passionate employees around the world. Basically, when you're looking at Trivium, it's a new company, say so, with a 125 years of history built in. And what I mean about that, in November 2019, there's been a merge and an acquisition of Ardagh Metal Food. This is a US company and part of its metal leg, let's say, which been merged with Exa, which is being a company in the Netherlands. So with the two merging, basically Trivium has been established and created, and we just celebrated in November 2020 our first year of anniversary. We are truly global, if you like, but it's pretty Europe heavy. So the majority of our employees actually is located in Europe, but we have a very nice presence also in the Americas, in North and South America as well. Regarding the business units, what we are operating, it's food, seafood, nutrition, aerosol, and paintings and coatings. So it's pretty diverse comparing to that perspective. So anything to do with the metal packaging around these units, what I will showcase to you as well, you can find basically Trivium materials when you are walking in the do-it-yourself shop, or when you're in the druggery, or when you're buying your food, basically at the end of the day. We have blue chip customers. Having said, you will see some of them, of course, and we are really committed to have a really qualitative service towards them. And this one is my favorite, about the 100% commitment next to sustainability. So we're working with metal, and these products are recyclable infinitely for all lifetimes. And this is something which I think really important, that how we are protecting the environment and how we're reducing most potentially plastic in the globe. So this is part of our mission. But we're also an innovation leader for the broad range of products and technologies and capabilities, what we are running up to serve our blue chip customers around the globe. About the packaging and how the Trivium name come from. Trivium is coming from the three ways crossing, or three paths crossing each other. These are the people, planet, and customer, actually. And our vision is to being the global leader in metal packaging everywhere. We're having the very nice spot of the first and the second place, actually, around the globe. We want to be a shaper and leader everywhere. And our mission is really to deliver high qualitative, innovative products in packaging and ensuring that we are protecting the environment in a sustainable way. While our values are very, very simple, I might say, but more depth around it. So passion, teamwork, and excellence. If you ask me that why we are doing this, it's all about the passion, about high qualitative products to make, work really matters in times and make an impact at the end of the day. So this is the heart, if you like. The teamwork is the how, that how we are getting there together as a global company and working together as teams. And the what is the excellence. So really materializing at the end of the day our results. And these are the values we are really kind of building on at the end. Having said, metal recycles forever. And this is something, again, around sustainability is very important for us as a mission. We look at the Green report has been released last year at the Earth Day. That is basically saying that, and especially Europe, we can see a very good trend about sustainability is important, and even consumers saying that they would pay a little bit of a higher amount of money, but they are more willing. The majority of them would be willing to buy the products which are sustainable. And this is something which is really important and again, good news for us to saving or making the planet a little bit greener. I think you would wonder that how this whole metal packaging would have anything to do about innovation and so on. But if you look at that, it's how you're opening it, what is the shape and form, which part of innovative solution you can give and designs, and what type of branding can be there for our partners. And we are winning a lot of awards actually in this area. You can see some of the examples here on the screen, what we are really, really proud of. And the so-called customers, right? The blue chip ones, and they are great consumer brands. If you can see the Unilever, the Coca-Cola, the P&Gs, Heineken, the Nestle, Schwarzkopf, L'Oreal, Danone, or Bonduelle, or AkzoNobel. These are all few examples actually whom we are working with. But these are the products as well. What you can see on the from a consumer brand perspective, and you're meeting with our packaging behind. And let's talk a little bit about the business service center, right? In the context of Trivium. What we are covering is basically Europe from Budapest, but we are not the only one. So our business service centers, we have two actually. One is covering Americas, based in Ohio, Youngstown, and the other one is in Europe, Budapest, when I'm heading up. And what is the aim of these business service centers and the whole setup? Is really about the centralization, standardization, improving the processes, making our systems more lively, and supporting basically the business efforts towards the vision and mission. So our aim is between the so-called administrative excellence within Trivium is to migrate certain transactional activities, but also center of excellence, so-called value-add activities from higher cost countries and giving value at the end of the day to Trivium. I will show you how the business services evolution is going on and where we are and where we are heading in the future. But the business service center about this whole centralized basically process approach is saying that there are qualitative and quantitative elements and benefits of it. If you look at the quantitative, is certainly coming with headcount reductions and the salary arbitrage, so the labor arbitrage to do something that's on a lower cost. But if you're looking at the qualitative side, and this is where is the most important piece is relying, that how scalable is our business, how we can ensure a better control environment, more major processes, increasing the automation levels, and basically elevate the effectiveness of all of these processes. Could it be HR, IT, finance, procurement, or other activities? These are the areas what basically a business service center is shooting for. This is the operating models, what I've been referring to. So this is a life cycle, if you like, right? When you see the enterprise value and also the maturity of the models in a scale. How usually shared services kind of starting. And by the way, regardless, you call it shared service, business services, and different other naming conventions, it's all about really the same. The structural piece and the content piece can be different around the maturity scale. So could be that there is a discrete functional shared services the first occasions, and you're really concentrating maybe one area. Could it be, I don't know, only HR, only IT, only finance, and things like that? And you are concentrating on the labor piece, the arbitrage piece, the saving element. Then the next level of the evolution when it's multifunctional. So you're really concentrating different areas, putting all of the governance, service management, and infrastructure behind multiple locations, right? And after that, the advanced models are starting with two. The process-based one, for example, where you have really looking for from end-to-end perspective, you're building size and scale, you're having global process owners, really the maturity is getting there, and the network and the footprint is deeper in the organization of the center. The last but not least is the experience base, which is the so-called business services or GBS models, as we so call it. When it's like it's a little San Marino in the country, in a country or state in a state, where you're really coming from not from the process but from a service perspective end to end. The customer satisfaction, the setup, the organization is everything is basically owned and managed by business services, and then the other functions are, let's say, partners. That's can have it as an interpretation like this. So where we are at the moment with Trivium, we actually moving from discrete function now. We are at the multifunction piece from early stages, and what we are shooting for in the next 3 years is the process-based business services in the model. Questionable for some companies, quite honestly, that structurally they would like to move to the experience-based business service. But our first shoot is for sure for the process-based services and activities. The Business Service Center Europe actually just started its journey last July, covering Europe, the biggest part and chunk of the Trivium family. It's a captive center, which would mean that Trivium is supporting Trivium. And we are, as you well know, in the heart of Europe. So certainly when it will be again allowed to travel, it will be 2 hours within the region to travel. We will see how that goes. Let's stay optimistic there. And we are concentrating on different elements, how we are supporting the business. We are ensuring that it's around the people, the processes and tools, the performance, and the partner elements. These are the strategic scopes what we are concentrating for. Our mission and vision from the Budapest perspective is making an impact on the business and protecting the planet. And how we would do that is very simple, right? So regardless, we are running the service delivery function, a value add function with our enabling functions. We want to make a footprint. We want to leave a mark, right? And we want to provide value to the business and why we are growing into it and providing these through business solutions. While saving the planet is direct or indirect in certain occasions, is protecting the environment basically to increasing the more matter utilization. Leadership perspective, we have 7 leadership team members actually coming and covering all of the functional elements and many years of experience in building and operating the site. And as you can imagine, from July when I arrived as a first employee, we started to build basically from top down, creating the leadership team, the different functions, and then basically we're in an ongoing path of growth. We will grow in the next 2 years, and we are really at the beginning. While we would say that 9, but I just said okay, almost 10 months of virtual operation actually at the end of the day. And this is something which is on one side, if you would ask me a year ago, would it be possible? I said, yeah, maybe theoretically, but now we are really making it happen. We are virtually and fully remotely setting up. We are also having, of course, in mind a location for a permanent office, which we are also constructing now and should be ready at the second part of Q2. So if you ask me, I'm looking for more a hybrid solution in the future with a nice level of flexibility and freedom for the people to deliver and make an impact again within their area of expertise. Some of the insights and facts actually about us. So the office what I referred to, right, it will be 1,600 square meter as a first shoot, if you like. on the west side, the downtown area, close to the Danube River. Very nice location. And again, I'm hopeful that there will be some hybrid solutions in the future. At the moment, you can imagine, that we are setting up the whole center virtually. It would mean that if you come to us, we are virtually, we are VC doing the interviews. You're meeting with HR, you're meeting with functional people, and you make a couple of rounds. Then we are giving the offer, of course, virtually. And in case of acceptance and mutual agreement, is it always 50-50, right? There's a person that 50% is the company, 50% is you. So that's an agreement. And if you start, then virtually you will receive, your pack in your front door with your phone and laptop, and everything is up and running. You open, you are in an entry day, and 100 days of onboarding is starting again virtually. You're coping and socializing with your colleagues virtually. We're having social hours, and meetings, because that's what we can do now. It's the governance is all about the VC meetings, but the engagement level is pretty nice. So people are really willing to deliver. In the last couple of months, we could really make a footprint within Trivium and proving the concept, and we're thinking long term. I can tell you in the market. The average age and some of the demographics, what you could also read here regarding our average age, and the reason it's a little bit higher, let's put it on that way, it's always, of course, relative, is because of the leadership team is coming in first, and we are building up certainly the service delivery parts. The ratios of group role, global roles, and local service delivery roles, again, it's almost 50-50. Higher level of ratio of university college graduates and degrees. We are pretty proud, and I'm pretty proud that we have more female colleagues actually than male, but it's also very balanced. And the visibility ratio, which is again showing, I think, the openness from that perspective, which is really important to me. It's around 8%. To continue in that, and what we are really proud of is also that there's a huge organization for Central East Europe actually, and they have a yearly services awards and conference. And for this year, we've been basically shortlisted in the category of the new entrant BSC of the year, which is showing that the path what we started in the last 9-10 months, we are doing something right? And I truly believe that I'm thankful for my colleagues. Without them, we wouldn't be able to get to the shortlist. And I think, among certain consumer brands and starting really in unprecedented times, it's a really good feedback actually for the company. We are also partnering. We are partnering with the Hungarian Outsourcing Association, holding panels and discussion in different topics. We are part of the VR Open journey, which is an organization. It's a non-profit organization regarding openness. Could it be gender equity? Could it be LGBTQ? Could it be employees with disability? These are all around strategic agenda as well, to being open, and this is an open culture. We accept you as you are, and we are happy that you're joining, because the more diverse we are, the more colorful we are, the better we are. That's simple as it is. We are also having relations with Corvinus University. We are holding certain lectures around business services, and we just started, let's say, the footprint in Budapest. But that all sounds nice, but why really us? And I have a couple of thoughts on that. So if you're looking at the market, and if you're looking at the last 12 months, which is spent in this horrible pandemic, if you look at the, let's say, the different companies and the different industries, some of them we're suffering big time because of that, and I'm talking about the business side. And some of them, just like Trivium, being in certain occasions here and there in certain areas, a positive knock-on effect. Our homepage at triviumpackaging.com, you can see under investor relations, public figures, of course, regarding our revenue and income, and there's been a positive knock-on effect. Comparing to last year, we've been improving our revenue, we were improving our profitability at the end of the day, and which means that we are bulletproof. And that's why we also started, right, the journey, and thinking again long run in Hungary. We are new. It's a startup, but not just as a startup as a BSC, but if you think about it, it's really exciting that we are also globally transforming. 2 companies merged, and there's a global transformation program. We are creating something very different and new. a lot of projects and a lot of career opportunities. If you're joining a company which is already mature, no doubt there are advantages, but where the buzz, where are the opportunities of career? Because every piece on the shack plate is just occupied, and maybe you are queuing. Here, everything is new. You have new opportunities. You have basically new career passes, what you can create for yourself. And it's a, hooray, we can do it attitude, everybody's coming in with a fresh mind. You're having special programs, and you can be part of the strategical project and all the deliverables what you're trying to achieve together. And it's really, because you're starting, it's also kind of more family type, if you like. You can join an organization with a BSc perspective, thousands of people, but the human touch piece, it's also different. While we are already started to having a presence in the market, awards, partnerships, and so on, but that's just the beginning. And in the future, I truly believe that Trivium Packaging as a BSc will leave its mark in the market, and we will provide great talents for the global world of Trivium and to the world. So if you are there to be different, if you're really passionate of all the things, if you really think that sustainability and protecting the environment is important, and you want to be inspired and you want to create something great, then come join us. You will have the freedom to learn a lot. And all I'm looking for is just these two things: to be passionate and willingness to learn. And if you learn, you will grow. And it's a pretty simple, let's say, formula at the end of the day. And having said, of course, our vision piece is to make an impact on the business and on the planet by providing business solutions, tangible business solution, and protecting the environment and the planet part. With that, I would like to thank you for your attention. Let me stop the presentation here. And here we go. Is there any questions from that side? So you can use the chat box, I guess. Okay. You can play it in English, in Hungarian, whichever you want. Okay. Can you hear me at all? Yes and no. Okay. So in the future, right? Here we go. Timo, thank you for that. So what type of experiences? Quite honestly, we're looking for and seeking for all levels of experiences. If you go for the Trivium Packaging LinkedIn page, you can see all of our roles. And actually in HR, IT, procurement, and finance, we are also looking for certain experiences from junior, medium, and senior roles. As we are growing in all of the areas, I suggest to stay tuned because there are a lot of opportunities at the end of the day. You can find me as well on LinkedIn, so I'm really happy personally to pick up any questions you have. As regarding the growth agenda, we have a lot of opportunities for sure.
Hello, sorry, but we run out of time, so you have to say goodbye.
Sure. We'll do that. So thank you very much again for your kind attention, and looking forward that my colleagues is also welcoming you on the virtual stand. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.